Everyone's fighting about it. Whoop, Apple Watch, Garmin, Fitbit. Which one actually deserves your wrist? Most people buy the wrong one and waste hundreds of dollars on features they'll never use. Whoop says it's the ultimate recovery tool. Apple Watch claims it's the smartest health companion. Garmin flexes as the athlete's weapon. Fitbit is the budget-friendly starter pack. But which one really gives you results, not just flashy graphs? Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one's worth it and which one's a scam. Welcome to the ageless protocol. Apple. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, you've probably been brainwashed into thinking the Apple Watch is the only choice. Slick screen, endless apps, notifications on your wrist. It feels like an extension of your iPhone, but there's a problem. Do you actually need another distraction machine strapped to your body, buzzing 24/7, sucking your attention while pretending it's a health tool? Whoop! Now flip to the other extreme. The Whoop. No screen, no pings. Just raw, obsessive tracking of your recovery, strain, and sleep. Athletes love it. Cristiano Ronaldo swears by it. But if you don't like subscriptions, you're going to hate that you're paying monthly forever. Stop paying, and your Whoop is a dead piece of fabric. That's the reality. Garmin. Garmin is a whole different animal. It's basically built for people who treat the outdoors like their second home. Routes, maps, offline navigation. You could drop yourself in the middle of nowhere and still find your way back with a Garmin on your wrist. Try doing that with an Apple Watch, and you'll be crying for a cell signal. Fitbit. And then there's Fitbit, the budget player. It'll count your steps, give you half-decent sleep tracking, and do it all for a fraction of the price. But if you're even remotely serious about accuracy, recovery metrics, or performance, you're going to outgrow it in weeks. Fitbit is like training wheels. You don't stay on it forever. So the real question isn't which one is popular. The real question is, which of these actually helps you live longer, perform better, and not waste your money? That's where things get interesting. Design, flash versus function. The Apple Watch is sexy. No doubt about it. It looks like jewelry, pairs perfectly with your iPhone, and screams status, but it's also fragile. Sweat, water, gloves, even a rainy run, and suddenly your shiny touchscreen becomes a slippery mess. Ever tried to start a workout with wet hands? Good luck! Garmin laughs in the face of that problem. Buttons, not just touch screens. You can be swimming, drenched in sweat, even wearing gloves, and still control the damn thing. It feels like a tool, not a toy. Whoop goes the opposite direction. No screen at all. Just a fabric strap with sensors. Some people love that simplicity because it forces them to actually live their lives without another glowing rectangle glued to their eyes. Others hate the lack of instant feedback. And Fitbit tries to do a little bit of everything, but doesn't excel anywhere. Lightweight, affordable, decent bands, but honestly, it feels like wearable light. And speaking of light, let's talk about battery life next, because this is where things get brutal, and it's one of the biggest deal breakers depending on which camp you fall into. But before we get there, if you're curious about Whoop and want to actually test it without wasting a pile of cash, I've got something for you. Through the Ageless Protocol, we've locked in a deal where you can get your free Whoop device with a 1-month free subscription. Links are below. Try it yourself before you believe the hype. Battery life Apple has been selling you the same lie for a decade. All-day battery life. What does it mean? Charge it every damn night or it dies on you. Series 10, Ultra, doesn't matter. You're still chained to the charger like a smartphone addict. 18 hours, maybe 2 days if you baby it. That's pathetic for a so-called health tracker. Now compare that to Whoop. The 5.0 and MG give you up to 14 days straight. You forget it even has a battery. You sleep with it, train with it, travel with it. No battery anxiety, ever. And you can even charge it while wearing it, sliding the puck right on. It's clunky, sure, but at least you're not losing data. Garmin, though. Garmin is the battery king. 6 days with the screen always on. 17 days if you shut that feature off. And if you go solar, we're talking about weeks. Apple Watch owners are out here praying their watch survives a weekend trip. Garmin users are laughing, hiking mountains for days without even bringing a charger. Fitbit holds its own here too. Cheap, small, and somehow pulls off a week or more on a single charge. For $80, that's insane value. But again, you trade accuracy and depth for that convenience. Battery life is more than a number. It decides how much of your life actually gets tracked. And the truth is, if you're constantly recharging, you're constantly missing data. No sleep metrics, no recovery metrics, no consistency. So if you're serious about health, Apple already lost this round. Tracking, accuracy, or entertainment. Apple Watch tracks workouts, sure. Steps, calories, distance. It'll even cheer you on with those silly rings. But let's not sugarcoat it. Apple's calorie burn estimates are often a joke. Overestimates sometimes double what you actually burned. That might feel great in the moment. Wow, I torched 900 calories on a jog. But it's feeding you bad data. Bad data means bad decisions. Whoop doesn't play that game. It tracks continuously, 24/7. Resting heart rate, HRV, respiratory rate, sleep cycles. It's always on, always pulling data. That's why athletes trust it. Not because it's flashy, but because it gives a clearer, more brutal picture of your strain and recovery. You might feel fine, but Whoop will slap you in the face and tell you, nope, your body's wrecked. Rest today or pay for it later. Garmin sits in the middle. With built-in GPS, it nails outdoor workouts. Runs, cycling, hikes, down to your cadence and stride length. It's for people who want hard numbers mid-workout, on the screen, right now. Whoop can't do that. Apple tries, but without Whoop-level recovery data, it's like playing checkers against chess. Fitbit is step-focused. It'll track your heart rate, sleep, calories, but it's surface level. Fine for casual users, but if you want real accuracy, it's not the one. The metrics that actually matter. Here's where Whoop flips the script. Forget steps. Forget flashy rings. Whoop lives and dies on recovery and strain. Two numbers that tell you everything. How much you pushed your body, and how ready it is to handle more. That's not just fitness tracking. That's health intelligence. It can even pick up illness before you feel symptoms, because your resting heart rate and respiratory rate spike before your body waves the white flag. Apple Watch can't warn you like that. Garmin can't either. Fitbit? Don't even think about it. And this is where the divide gets sharp. Apple Watch is a smartwatch with health features. Garmin is a performance tool with smarts bolted on. Fitbit is budget wellness. Whoop is a health lab on your wrist. But whether that makes sense for you depends on what you actually value. And that's where the cost conversation comes in. The one that nobody likes, but everyone needs to hear. Cost. Let's not dance around it. Apple Watch is a one-time purchase. You pay, you own it. Done. Garmin? Same thing. Expensive up front, yes, but once you buy it, it's yours. No hidden chains, no drip, drip, drip billing. Whoop is a different story. You don't buy Whoop, you rent it. The band itself is basically free, but you're locked into a monthly subscription. $30 a month or $239 a year if you pay up front. That's $720 over 3 years for a strap with no screen. Brutal. And Fitbit is cheap up front. $80 to $150 depending on the model. But if you want the premium features, like advanced sleep insights, that's another subscription. It's like they all got together and decided, how can we milk people after the sale? Whoop at least gives you something back for that money. Cutting-edge data, deep recovery insights, illness detection. If you're the type who wants accountability and honest health tracking, maybe that subscription is worth it. But for casual users, it feels like a scam. The experience factor. It's not just about specs, numbers, or price. It's about what you live with every day. Apple Watch is convenience in a square box. Texts, calls, apps, health tracking. It's an extension of your iPhone. That's why people love it. It feels familiar. Garmin is for the grinders, the mountain bikers, marathon runners, hikers who don't care about replying to texts on their wrist. They care about survival, precision, and battery life. It's not sexy, but it's bulletproof. Fitbit is entry-level, great for casual tracking, budget-friendly, but you'll outgrow it fast if you take health or training seriously. Whoop is not about convenience. It's about confrontation. It confronts you every morning with a brutal mirror. Are you recovered or not? Can you train or should you rest? It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't distract you with memes or notifications. It's raw health data. And that's why it's polarizing. You'll either love it or hate it. So, which one wins? Here's the unfiltered verdict. If you want a lifestyle tool, something that keeps you plugged into your phone and handles daily life, Apple Watch. If you want a performance monster that can outlast your trips, map your runs, and take a beating, Garmin. If you're dipping your toes in fitness tracking, or you're on a budget, Fitbit. But if you're dead serious about recovery, health optimization, and want to know the ugly truth about your body, whether you like it or not, Whoop. It's not about which one is best. It's about which one matches your priorities. And if you don't know your priorities, Whoop might just slap you into realizing them. But before you make a choice, don't just scroll away. I've got an exclusive deal for you. Get a Whoop device completely free with a 1-month membership. Links down in the description.